Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys and Magic. This is Hunter and Shane. Set up, Shane.
What's up, nerds?
We are back with another episode or series, or I don't know. It's spoiler season for Aetherdrift. What are we calling these?
Spoilers, I think is the right word.
Spoilers, yeah. January. I was gonna say July. January 30th, 2025. We've got very minimal spoilers. It's coming up to the finish line. See what I did there?
Nice pun there. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, yeah. So we only have 10 spoilers just of the entire day, which means we will not just be talking about rares and mythics because there aren't enough. So we actually sprinkled in some commons because that's all we got. And then tomorrow is the final day.
Okay.
So, first and foremost, let's start off with this card. It is the last mythic of the set. It is also the last Gearhulk of the set. This is Coalheart Gearhulk. It's 1, 2 black, 2 red for a 5/4 artifact creature construct. It's got menace, it's got death touch. And it says when it enters, you put target creature card with mana value 4 or less from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control with a finality counter on it. It gains menace, death touch, and haste. And then you exile that creature at the beginning of your next end step.
At least it gets exiled. I'm tired
This
of
doesn't
reanimation.
seem good.
I mean, you get a free card for doing some damage, and if it has an ETB, you get that again.
No, I mean, yeah, that's true. I guess it's 5 mana for a 5/4 menace death toucher with reanimation upside.
Right.
So I guess it's not terrible.
People aren't going to block a Menace Death Toucher, so.
True. It's true. I don't know. I don't know about this card. The Gear Hulks, the cycle, if you will, of Gear Hulks, this set, kind of underwhelmed.
Dude, there was a double striking prowess. Don't forget that one.
Talking about the cycle in general.
Oh, it just in general. Okay.
hmm
Well, they're all right. Couple that are good, couple that are meh.
This one, it's okay. I'll give it an okay.
I'll give it a good, decent.
You know, I was just watching Avengers Age of Ultron, and this looks like Ultron to me.
Does it? I haven't seen that movie in a minute.
Yeah, it kind of does. Just a little bit. uh, but no. Will we see this in standard, Shane? What do you think?
I don't know. Standard seems very fast, and this doesn't seem fast enough.
Yeah, you might be right. I mean, I guess Rakdos control. Who knows?
Who knows?
I guess we'll see. I'm glad you can check someone else's things too, because the amount of reanimation stuff in standard right now, you can just go ahead and take their stuff. They're trying to do that strategy as well.
Yo, I didn't even actually. Yeah, wait, that's actually better. That's actually good. Whoa, I didn't even read that part. Okay.
Problem. There is a problem there. You're probably only running to the helping hand, the blue-white one, because it's mana value 4 or less. A lot of times people are trying to reanimate giant stuff anyway, so we'll see.
I mean, you can grab like they'd pitch a Shieldred.
Oculus. Well, yeah, pitch a
Or
Shieldred,
yeah,
sure.
I just
Oculus,
saw that. Oculus, yeah. Get him out of there.
Hygiene, yeah, all that stuff. But
All right,
it
it's not
does
bad. I
get
like it more
exiled.
now.
Moving on, we have a new rare as well. This is Howlsquad Heavy. This is a card that we kind of alluded to yesterday that we said, oh, we've seen that card, but we were mistaken. We actually didn't see that card yet. It's right here.
Here it is.
We got ahead of ourselves. It's 2 and a red for a 2/3 creature goblin mercenary. It's got start your engines. It says other goblins you control have haste. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, you create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. That token attacks this combat if able. And at max speed, you can tap to add a red for each goblin you control.
This card's nuts.
Yeah. So I'm going to call it right now. Goblins is going to be a real thing in standard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yeah.
going to be nuts.
Yes. There's a
There's,
lot going on in this card, dude.
yeah, a couple different goblin haste enablers now.
Okay.
With Krenko being in standard, people were saying it was too slow. Now it's not.
Now it's not.
Very much sped up.
I haven't actually seen the Goblin or like standard deck, but if there is one like right now, I mean, but
It's
there'll
very
definitely be one.
fringe.
Okay.
I ran into it actually today. I crushed it.
Good. Well,
So
in the future, you might not crush it because this card's
yeah,
nuts.
this car is gonna definitely help that problem for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Especially starting your engines. You'll probably have something else. We saw a goblin start your engines already with 1 mana.
Yeah.
And then just the ability to give everything haste to really continue that engine.
Yep.
If you will.
Super good.
I love it. I'm here
Love
for
the
it.
art too.
Mono red goblins or Boros goblins. Throw Sheltered by Ghosts.
Ugh. Hate that card.
But that's all the rares and mythics we're talking about today. So, like I said, we're talking about just the cards that were spoiled today. We got some uncommons.
Okay.
This is called Push the Limit. It's 5 and 2 red for a sorcery that says return all mount and vehicle cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. It also says vehicles you control become artifact creatures till end of turn, and creatures you control gain haste till end of turn.
Dumb.
Yeah, so people were talking like, did red need a mass reanimation spell? Because mounts, those are creatures.
Well, I mean, yeah, yeah.
Because we've seen the whole red bring back artifacts before.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. That's totally doable. But
Mm-hmm.
just straight up just creatures, it's interesting.
I guess the part that's kind of like the valve here, that you need to be running the mount, right? Not like just a normal, like, I don't know. It might not be as good as I think, but if there's a deck that has enough playable mounts and vehicles, then yeah. But I figure most red
It's
creatures are mounts.
it's true. It's also just it's 7 mana, so
Yeah, super
that's
hefty.
hefty. And you have to sacrifice all of them that you bring back.
Yeah,
But still, this is definitely a finisher.
could be more reanimation than
Cool.
standard. Great.
What we needed. Bring on the reanimation. I love it so much. Let's move on to another uncommon today. This is Alacrian Armory. It's 3 and a white for an artifact that says creatures you control get +0/+1 and have vigilance. It also says at the beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to one target mount or vehicle you control until end of turn. That permanent becomes saddled if it's a mount and becomes an artifact creature if it's a vehicle.
That's cool. That's a cool enabler.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just turns something on for you.
Yeah.
I think that's very, very powerful when it comes to mounts.
Very. That's what I was about to literally just say. That wasn't there, or maybe it was a vehicle. Actually, I'm thinking about it. That one yesterday. Remember, it was like other vehicles get +2/+2, and it was like, but a really hefty crew cost or mount cost of 6. Now it just becomes a thing. That's crazy. This is a good
And
enabler.
also, not only does it become a thing, but it has vigilance at that point because this
Very
also
true.
gives vigilance,
And
which
a bigger
means
butt.
yeah, which means once you are done attacking it, that vehicle goes back to being artifact, and then whatever you have on the field, you can crew it again.
It's really good. This is a good
On
card.
blocks. Yeah, this seems very good to me. There's some really good vehicle kind of mount cards that are just really pushing just that kind of, hey, we want this to work.
Well, duh. The entire set is about this, so it makes sense.
That's true.
That's
That's
fine.
true. Let's move on. This next card is a Locust Spray. 1 black for an instant that says target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Also cycling of 1 black.
Not bad card.
It's pretty good,
Yeah.
actually. I feel
Yeah.
like you draw this early, you're probably going to kill your opponent's thing, whatever they put on the board,
True.
whatever mouse they put on the board. And then if you draw this late game, just 1 black mana to get rid of it and draw a card.
That's true.
Very flexible, easy to the point. I like it. These are some good cards.
Coming from the guy
Cool.
that plays Maha, dude. Would you put it in your Maha deck?
It's not bad. 1 mana.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
bad.
maybe. Good flexibility. I like it. But yeah, that was quick and easy. Here's another quick and easy one. This one kind of does the same thing, but maybe better. We're moving on to commons from today. This is Grim Bauble. It's 1 black mana for an artifact that says when this artifact enters, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-2 until end of turn. It also has another ability where you could pay 2 and a black, tap it, sacrifice this artifact to surveil 2. Seems strong for a common.
I mean, that's pretty true, actually. Talking about mouse again, this will come down and kill a mouse turn 1 and then get you some extra bonus later in the game. It's not bad.
Yep. A lot of things people are talking about is this is probably going into the bounce deck because this is
Ugh.
1 mana and it gives something -2/-2 instead of like whatever has indestructible or anything like that.
That's disgusting.
Gone. Yeah, for
That
1 mana. Bounce it.
uh,
Yeah,
they're
the old pixie will bounce this back and play it again, and that's -4/-4 on 1 turn.
That's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that you're telling me that it's going to be in a deck that I'm going to see a lot of. Cool.
Yeah, probably. Also, people pointed out that was like, this is the missing bobblehead from the Fallout set.
Is it
It's pretty
though?
funny. It's pretty funny. It's just another bobblehead.
I'll say it's way better than those baubles. Also, didn't the Fallout
I like-
bobbleheads have like a subtype of bobblehead?
Yeah, you're
I
right.
think it did.
Moving on, I lied. Here's one more uncommon. This is Outpace Oblivion. 2 and a red for an enchantment. This says start your engines. Whenever this enchantment enters, it deals 5 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. And for 2 mana, you can sacrifice this enchantment. It deals 2 damage to each player who doesn't have max speed.
Weird.
It is weird. It's
Yeah,
also, I feel like 3 mana deal 5 damage to creature or planeswalker is pretty solid.
that is pretty solid. And it
And it's
starts
an
your engine.
enchantment.
Yeah,
A lot of things care about enchantments lately. So
not bad. That end part of that is kind of weird, but
yeah, I
whatever.
mean
Extra at the end.
it's just a little hey,
Yeah,
if you're not playing someone that's doing the max speed thing, you can use this to kill him at the end of the game.
take some damage.
Exactly. So it's cool.
All
Not
right,
bad.
Chandra.
Chandra running away. But yeah, that was the last uncommon.
Okay, I believe you.
You believe me now?
We'll find out.
Next up, Lightwheel Enhancements. For 1 white mana, it's an enchantment aura. Enchant creature or vehicle. Start your engines. An enchanted permanent gets +1/+1. It has vigilance, and at max speed, you can cast this card from your graveyard.
That's really cool, actually. That's
Isn't it?
really cool. Yeah, in
Yeah.
an Aura Matters deck, because like when the creature that this is equipped to dies, you get to just cast it again if you get max speed.
Mm-hmm.
You just like always have access to this card. This
With
might
just
actually
1
go in
mana,
my
too.
Aura deck, yeah.
I was going to say, being the Iriette player, do you
Yeah,
think this
100%.
is... Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, you're always kind of like, not, yeah, I guess not always, but I am always making sure that I have enough auras, and sometimes I don't, and if I get blown out, boom, now from the graveyard I can cast it again. Like,
Yeah. Whenever you can recast your auras, it's pretty good. Because that's like the downfall, right? If your auras
oh yeah,
die,
yeah.
then you're screwed.
And also, dude, now that I'm thinking about it, Start Your Engines works really well in Iriette, because you're constantly dealing damage each turn, or
True.
gain and drain.
Opponents are
Wow.
losing life.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll put it in.
Well, here we go. Next up, we have Howler's Heavy. 3 and a blue for a 3/4 creature seal pirate. Cycling of 1 and a blue, and whenever you cycle this card, target creature or vehicle an opponent controls gets -3/-0 until end of turn.
Well, here it is. Remember on what was it? Either on resolving the stack, one of our other videos, you asked me my favorite type, and it was the seal pirate. And here's the
Oh
seal
yeah,
pirate.
seal pirate. There you go. Look at that seal pirate's face. That's quite the nose.
The face for radio.
um, not a bad card. I would say pretty good limited bomb. Protects you when you need it to if you
Mm-hmm.
don't need to play it.
Yep.
It's a little fog effect almost.
I like how you said limited bomb, because I don't really think this was
Yeah.
constructed at all, but
I don't think so either, unless there's a cycling deck, which
true.
who knows? There could be.
Maybe.
Yeah. But that's Howler's Heavy. If you remember Howler, the shark legendary.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool. And the final card we are talking about today is Kickoff Celebrations. 1 and a red for an enchantment. Start your engines. And whenever this enchantment enters, you may discard a card, and if you do, you draw 2 cards. And at max speed, sacrifice this enchantment, and creatures and vehicles you control gain haste until end of turn.
I think that's pretty good, too.
I think it's pretty solid.
That's a pretty solid enchantment, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so pretty solid cards from today. Not a lot, but solid cards.
Even these
I like
comments.
all these comments. I like this. Very cool. Kickoff Celebrations. This was from the story spotlight. Obviously, it's from like the beginning.
Yeah.
You're kicking off. Or you're kicking off the celebrations at the end. I don't know. I
I
can't.
feel like it's
remember
got to
now.
be the beginning, because they didn't win.
They didn't win.
Right. So it's got to be
You're
the
right.
beginning.
They're celebrating. Yep.
Yep.
But that's going to do it for us today. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because you don't want to miss out on any of the content that we're putting out all the time. Tomorrow is the last day of spoiler season. So come back tomorrow. We will be talking about the rest of the spoilers from tomorrow. I think there's one more rare and whatever the community's talking about. And then some cards that we missed, some cards that you guys liked on our Instagram, which brings me to the next point. Check the description for all of our social accounts. especially that Instagram, because we will go through the top 3 most liked on Instagram that we did not talk about throughout spoiler season. So it's up to you guys. Hit the like button on the cards that you wanted us to talk about. So go check that out. But before we wrap up, Shane, what was your favorite card we talked about today?
Well, like I said, I'm the Uriet player, and I really like this aura. I'm gonna think the Lightwheel Enhancements. Sorry,
Yeah, that's a good card. I'm gonna go straight goblins.
it's a good
Howlsquad
card too.
Heavy.
Yep,
Yeah, it's a banger. Cool
you'll
art too.
you'll play it. I'm gonna see you playing this deck. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. I tend to mess around with a bunch of decks, so this will probably be one of them. But comment down below. What was your guys' favorite card that we talked about today? Always interested to hear your guys' opinion. And on the screen right now, those are all of our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your added support. Really does mean the world to us. If you guys want to check out what they're seeing, which is not here on YouTube, check the description as well and see that link to our Patreon and consider subscribing. And a very special shout out to our Gains Indestructible tier, starting with
Daryl Tripp,
Demarion Turner,
Doc Jerome,
Jimmy Ward,
Kevo,
Larry Killian,
Matthew McClendon,
Thrifty PSGR,
Tim K,
Wish Warreich.
and Radical.
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Appreciate your support. And until the next video, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Bye bye.